Hello and welcome to Spring Commander Forge Alliance. Here's a 4v4 that's with some really good players. So this is a series of games hosted by Krogoth. It's always XVX, something else. Usually only takes really good players, kicks the rest, but makes some really good games. So if you ever get into one and you don't get kicked, you're in for a really good treat. And hopefully these players play well. But here we got Maverick and Armageddon on one team. It's probably, well, maybe not the two best players, but definitely in terms of land. Maverick excellent with UEF. And of course Armageddon playing in the Imba Cup, playing very well. And of course on their team they got Lanilus playing a Siren. Tisba is Seraphim. And on this map, a whole bunch of rocks in the middle, a whole bunch of little hills. So you can get into a lot of different positions, a lot of different directions. And of course early on, a whole bunch of mech marines and scouts to really divide up the map. You can see here from Kra, Cybern moving through as well. So Kra, Mad Stork, a very powerful player here in the corner. He's going to, for the most part, be fighting over this top corner. Usually the back player here, Lanilus, and Mad Stork here, the bottom player here, take over the corners, same as VIP versus Armageddon. And in the middle you got a 2v2 with these two front players. You can see both of the ACUs here, Krogoth and Kra moving up. They're going to be facing on Maverick and Tisba. So it's basically three different games. Of course they are going to intertwine here and all these small choke points. And in terms of air, if one player on one of the teams can take strong air, always be useful. Here VIP, definitely a player to watch. For the most part, a land spam it seems. Picking up a couple rocks, got a Selene expanding. And Maverick here going in with a whole bunch of mech marines and a bomber from Armageddon, so both land and air. Now Maverick and Tisba, looks like they're a little quicker, and all these rocks you want to get those as soon as possible. And now some bombers, both Maverick and Armageddon doing some bombing. In this early battle, those mech marines from Maverick were for the most part scouts, didn't get much more. Factory out in the field for VIP, get a little more mass. And definitely they stuck on bombers from the top side. One big difference, they're taking out scouts. Anything else they get their hands on. Doesn't look like any air is coming from the bottom side. They're forced to make flak. Maverick gets the two mass extractors in the middle, gets a whole bunch of rocks. It's going to be a huge advantage for his team in the middle. That's really a big choke point. If you can hold on to it, you can start attacking through a whole bunch of different directions. And now VIP pushing really hard against Armageddon. Got the Manti versus Tams. Looks like a few more Manti there. And actually VIP pushes past Armageddon. They're going to walk past each other. That could get dangerous for one of these players. These bombers from Maverick continue to go to work. It's a nice balanced play from Maverick, aggressive ACU plus strong Tech 1 air. He does have a small trickle of land units as well. He's got Tech 2 land, so that's going to be very interesting. Also quite a few Tech 2 mass extractors. And here Mad Stork and Lanilus, definitely got to slow this down, it's crazy. Looks like their ACUs for the most part staying put close to the middle. This is going to be for the most part land battle, and Mad Stork seems to have numbers advantage. Here we see the Manta moving out for Maverick against VIP. For Armageddon, sorry, and Maverick getting some more factories. Tisba getting an upgrade. Looks like it's going to be the gun. And a gun in the middle could be very big trouble for Krogoth. And Kra, actually both Krogoth and Kra are Cybern, which is so hard to play against UEF and Seraphim. Such better ACUs. It's going to be very difficult for the bottom side. That perhaps is the only difference. Perhaps it's not so much skill between Krogoth and Maverick. It's the guns on these ACUs. Also we got VIP picking up some trees. Similar forces. looks like a big Tech 1 land spam is planned for Armageddon. A whole bunch of factories and a bit of a push now from Tizba through the middle. But of course now Krogoth with the gun upgrade. Plus some Tech 2 from Krogoth. He's got a Tech 2 engineering suite on his ACU. And it looks like they're just going to pick up that easy win. Nice pressure from Mad Stork as well, but it looks to be a very even matchup with Laneless. VIP now having to overcharge, holding this choke point. Elsewhere, some Manta. Of course, Cybern definitely in a map like this might have an advantage in all these little crevices. In the middle, Tizba runs into some trouble now with 9 kills. He does have the gun. Tech 2 engineering on Maverick here with Tech 2 point defense. Tech 2 point defense and the gun. No matter how good Cyber and ACE you've got, that's probably going to force you to retreat. Of course, now Tech 2 versus Tech 2 point defenses. So after that initial Tech 1 battle, it seems like both teams switching Tech 2 and point defense. This is where the battle is going to take place. Tizba gotta be very careful not to lose his ACU. Tech 2 point defenses take your health down very quickly. Mad Stork rolling through with 5 kills. Some Tech 1 point defense. Still very even battle. Here it looks like VIP really taking over this bottom if you just get some engineers and take the mask extractors, perhaps start pushing. You can see all these choke points, all this free space. VIP is still reclaiming trees, 14 kills. Armageddon walking back and forth, and once again some Tech 1 on Tech 1. So both players, both teams, a whole bunch of Tech 1 bombers now moving in. This is good stuff, but a shield goes in just in time. Both teams trying to get the advantage, don't want to let Maverick and Tizba just take the middle. But it doesn't look like this Tech 1 units are going to be able to do much against the Tech 2 force. There's something interesting from Mad Stork pushing quite hard. Looks like he's going to take over that area. Lanellis with some Tech 2 point defense is going to force the ACU back. But in terms of map control, definitely perhaps a slight advantage on the sides for the bottom side, but definitely an advantage for the top side in the middle. The VIP running with his ACU, try to close down this choke point, trying to get as many units in this choke point as possible, and a retreat from Armageddon. Doesn't want to fight under these conditions. Krogoth being pretty crazy with 30 kills. More shields for Maverick. And looks like Krogoth actually rebuilding. Krogoth is just starting to retreat. It looks like he's completely gave up on that position. Krogoth has some Tech 1 in the air. He's trying to sneak by some Tech 2 point defense. 16 kills on this one, 19. Not a very good place to go for the bottom side. Nice placement for Laneless. Then a nice attack from Maverick. Looks like we missed this fight. VIP was 17 kills. Getting an upgrade. These Manta did quite a bit of damage, and some Tech 2 now from Armageddon with the hoplites. VIP is finding himself in the middle of enemy territory, now getting an upgrade. He's getting the gun. He needs to get that as soon as possible, otherwise he'll be in big trouble. And really Tech 2 point defenses here for all these 3 players. Holding down this line will be very difficult to break with Tech 1. Looks like this ult has been given up to Mad Stork. But Laneless, a bit of a Tech 1 on Tech 1 fight here. VIP versus Armageddon, but Armageddon also pushing through with some Tech and some Tech 2 bombers actually there from VIP. So Tech 2 air versus Tech 2 land, and without flak, Tech 2 air is going to win. Although Tech 1 interceptors, big numbers for Armageddon, some assistance now from Krogoth. VIP losing his Tech 2 bombers, it's a big loss. Looks like he has finished the gun, now getting to get another upgrade. So even though he's behind enemy lines, well, not quite anymore, but really pretty exposed. He's getting a whole bunch of upgrades. So good stuff from VIP. Mad Stork also getting an upgrade while shooting. He's got a Tech 2 engineering, about 3/4 of the way done. 2 forces here defending, basically playing as 2 players. Maverick, a whole bunch of units here from Maverick, a whole bunch of Mongoose and Strikers. Now VIP could be in trouble, got some engineers assisting. If there's artillery here. And a bit of a counter push on the bottom from VIP. A whole bunch of dead units in this area if players choose to send their engineers. Maverick getting some upgrades. Tispa, Tech 2 land in the middle. Whole bunch of Ilshevas. Tech 2 power now for Maverick. Arma. Tech 1 interceptor spam. Going Tech 3 land with no engineers, so very slow. Tech 3 land. He's got a whole bunch of Tech 2, most of his build capacity on Tech 2 land factory. And actually here VIP gets a little bit of trouble now with 37 kills. Both upgrades finished, however, so 40 kills. That'll be pretty easy for him to take on a rather large force. So VIP's ACU holding down this whole bottom line, and up on top, Stork forced to fight two different players. He's got Tech 2 in his ACU, some Tech 2 point defense, and this choke point. Also got some chickens, some Elshevas. It looks like numbers for Maverick and Laneless. UEF and Cybern taking on Seraphim in this one. Of course, in the middle we might expect some cruise missiles from Maverick. Perfect placement to start taking out mask extractors. And VIP now with 59 kills. Doing a great job here against Tech 1, Tech 2. Looks like just some Ilshevas from VIP. Some transports for Krogoth. So he must have some plans. And Kra here with 38 kills on his Cyber and ACU. Matt Stork slowly losing this top corner. Not surprising. All this help from Maverick and all those mongoose. Perhaps these Ilshevas can turn the tide, but it will be very difficult. Matt Stork moving down with his ACU. Everything here, of course, is under fire from these point defenses. So good stuff from Maverick, from Matt Stork, who should be able to take this top corner. Now VIP getting yet another upgrade, so it's his third under enemy gunfire. Some transports from Krogoth. Probably not somewhere you want to fly, into a cloud of Armageddon's interceptors. And this will probably be a sad end, unless it drops right now. And actually got him through. This is nice. So all these engineers are going to pick up a whole bunch of mass for Krogoth. Of course, on top here it looks like the EEF is running through. There's so many dead units here. You got to get some engineers. And some Tech 2 now for Laneless coming through the top. Tech 1 bombers coming in, trying to take out these point defenses. This is a pretty big miss. Of course, now missile launchers working as well. Yeah, Krogoth definitely looking for all these dead unit patches. Great stuff from Krogoth. These engineers, as soon as they get dropped off, this is a bad assignment. There they go. I see Armageddon going all the way on the outside just to avoid VIP ACU. He's got the cruise missiles on his ACU, and you can see dead units in random places. This is great targets, really spread out. T2 mask extractors. VIP now with 70 kills. And now you can see Laneless. Oh, this is going to be so much mass for Laneless. That's the problem with losing a big land battle, that you're forced off the battlefield. Elsewhere we're now seeing Tech 2 plus Kra pushing back all this Tech 2 from Tisba and Maverick, but Tisba's got the gun and he is moving in. Maverick actually has the shield, Tech 2 and the gun. This is a very good UEF ACU. It's really a bad situation for Kra. He has to face so many good ACUs. Krogoth really just building back, playing back here. All these choke points completely exposed. Kra forced to retreat. Some nice overcharging there from Tisba. VIP forcing these units back a little bit. But you can see these top corners being won by the top side, so definite map control advantage for the top side. Now we got stealth and hoplites versus a whole bunch of really badass ACUs. Kra now with 60 kills. There's so much health on this unit from Maverick. Yeah, the Cybern This is their worst position to be in. They're good at little sneak attacks. They're not good at just something like this where a player has about 3-4 times as much health. And also Mad Stork actually pushing Laneless back. A whole bunch of Tech 2 from Laneless, but also a whole bunch of gunships. And it appears that Mad Stork's ACU, even though he's got Tech 2 engineer, is completely exposed. No Tech 2 flak in sight. Kra now with 70 kills running. Help from Mad Stork. Be very difficult to save. And of course now Mad Stork getting hit by gunships. That's a very nice move there from Laneless. It's too difficult to break Mad Stork on the ground, so with Tech 2 air and not enough air force from this bottom side. Now Kra with 77 kills. Nearly dead. Try to get draw with Tizba, but unable to do so. So 2 players die in quick succession. Also some units, some Ilshavas here from Tizba in Kra's base. VIP, the only player really with real success here on the bottom side, pushing quite hard against Armageddon. And of course no give. It's no give is pretty fair, but all these units that people built should be pretty fun to kill for the other side. So I really like when there's give after death. And here's Tech 3 for Armageddon. Brick moving into the front lines. Of course 89 kills for VIP. Hard to beat Cyber and TMD, however. Really high trajectory. You see all these dead units in Armageddon's base. Some Tech 2 power. Really high trajectory. It works out. 95 kills. Laneless just keeps on pushing. This will be very, very hard for Krogoth and VIP to do anything about this push. And in the middle, you see Maverick and Tizba. Tizba nearly died here. There's a great units for Maverick. Some Percys. How are we going to see these bases slowly melt away? VIP, 100 kills, forced to take on our artillery. And you can see here those shells do a lot of splash. Transports from Laneless, it's always nice to see. A whole bunch of free mass. You can see Krogoth here actually getting bombed. Desperately trying to get some Tech 2 point defense to defend. Also has bricks, so these bricks do give some hope. We see all these great engineers from Laneless capitalizing. Maverick now moving through. Percy shielding on the ACU. It's professionally done here by Maverick. Now Tech 3 from VIP defending on the back door, and VIP and Krogoth actually going to defend against Laneless, but still this is really the new middle front. These bricks for Armageddon also pushing VIP back. VIP running. It's going to perhaps he's going to get a Tech 3 shield, so VIP's ACU, extremely good ACU, with his Tech 3 shield perhaps can give Maverick a fight. But of course with these Percys, that's going to be a big advantage. Multiple Percys for Maverick. VIP forced to use his Tech 3 here to defend the back door. Some bricks here as well. Bricks really shouldn't be here in the corner. Should be on the front lines. And Maverick just sort of strolls through. VIP trying to get back to Krogoth. And this is where Krogoth and VIP looks like they're going to have their last battle. A whole bunch of gunships now moving in. From Laneless, it looks like he's going to try to snipe VIP. 100 kills even. Here we see some flak. We see some Tech 3 shields that would really help VIP right now. Maverick until he continues to roll through. VIP trying to get a shield. If he gets that shield, it might make it interesting, but will he actually get it? No, that was identical. That was basically identical. Now we're seeing Krogoth dying at the exact same time as well. So pretty nice 25-minute fight, but of course the top side won nearly every battle except perhaps VIP here. Mansturk and VIP did good, but the middle completely collapsed. So hopefully people enjoy this one.